Hi, Unni Ji. I want to congratulate you for completing 30 years of great musical career. And you've been a great part of my music. Your voice has enhanced my song so much. And I wish you more years of great singing and great, beautiful songs. And I couldn't be there with you, but my heart and my sincere appreciation and good wishes to you. God bless.
I quite like the clarity and I like your setup there. So you chose the right place.
Okay.
Sir, coffee, tanni.
Sunny is there. There's nobody to give me anything here, so I have to help myself.
I'm so sorry, sir. If I was in India, I would have taken you out.
My family left for Kerala today
Oh,
with my son, and one of my the other son has gone to Bombay for a shoot,
right.
so he's acting in movies now.
Oh, wow. Very nice. Nice.
So he's been called for a big audition there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Nice, sir.
So nice knowing you, Chandar. All these days I couldn't oblige because lots of things came up and I couldn't oblige.
Understand.
I'm really sorry, and I do apologize for that, for the
No,
delay I caused.
No, sir, not at all. Please don't apologize. I completely understand. And
It's not deliberate anyway.
no, not at all. No, I totally understand. And I'm really sorry that I have been very determined to have you in this journey, sir. And
I know that. I really appreciate that.
it's a very special journey that I'm on, and I'm doing it as a tribute for sir. And believe it or not, sir, I did extensive research when I started my journey 1 year ago, 1 year and 4 months. So it's been 16 months since I'm been on this journey, and about 80 odd guests. And with my research, you were right on the top, sir. I wanted to ensure that you were going to be in this journey no matter what. And even if you had declined for some reason, sir, I probably would have spoken to AR sir and got you on it somehow. So I was very, very determined, and I have huge amount of respect for you, sir. Well, I mean, you wouldn't know that most of the songs that you have sung are some of the songs that goes in days in a loop for me, and I could not have afforded to leave you out of this journey. So thank you so much for accepting. It's an absolute honor to have you, sir, and congratulations. 30 years of magical journey. And I do remember seeing that clip that AR sir had shared as well, and so amazing. And he also said that your voice has enhanced his songs, and I totally believe in it. And I can't wait to hear all the stories, journey, and the memories, sir. So before we dive into that, how have you been, sir?
No, I just wanted to know about you first, Chandar.
Sure.
Tell me about yourself, then we can continue with our journey.
Yeah, sure. And my journey,
What made you take up this journey, like I love AR journey?
you want to hear about this journey? Yeah, for sure, sir. So the thing is, I mean, I have been a crazy fan of Sir all my life. And for me, Sir's music has changed my life. It has had a huge impact in the way I'm living, and in the way I do things, and in the way I create goals and work towards it. So 24/7, it's always Sir's music for me. I don't really listen to anyone else's music. And I'm not saying it because it's an ARR podcast, but this is the truth. I only listen to Sir's music, and it works for me.
Are you a musician yourself?
No, sir. The thing is, I mean, I wish I was. I only have this what's called this Kelvi Jnanam because my party used to be a Carnatic music teacher back in the days, but I did not learn from her, so I regret. But with that said, I think music is there in the genes, but I did not go pursue it and didn't go learn.
What are you basically?
Sir?
Basically, what are you?
So I work in IT, sir. And I've been here in Australia for about 21 years now. I came here to study and been here since. And
You're from Tamil Nadu?
I'm from Bangalore, sir.
Bangalore, okay.
Yeah.
So you speak Kannada, is it?
I speak about 5 languages, yes.
Oh, that's good.
And so Sir's music has always been helping me through my journey. And so you may have seen, I think it was in 2019, I think, where I got my dream car and I put I love ARR on the number plate, and it went viral and stuff like that. So
Oh, that's great.
and then of course, so last year, I somehow felt that I wanted to create something as a tribute for Sir, and I started off with that journey, and it's been very magical. The likes of yourself and everyone, almost all of your colleagues have been on this, 80 odd guests, and it's something that I had never thought of. So I'm doing it out of complete, it's absolute purity in it, doing it with a lot of integrity, no monetary benefits whatsoever, zero returns. But basically the intent is that this journey has to be cherished for a long, long time. So
That's a great
when
thing
I
you're doing.
when I
Very
look
good.
back in a few years, I just want to look at that, and it should make me smile that I created something that I will cherish for the rest of my life. So that is the only intent, sir.
That's a great intention, in fact.
Thank you, sir. So yes, sir, and it's an absolute honor to have you, because I have adored you since a long, long time, and some of your songs are like, how should I say, it's like a slow poison or a drug for me. And I don't know, you may not have heard something like this before, but everything of course that I'm going to be talking to you, and the stuff that I'm talking to you right now, it's coming from my heart. So I'm not making up anything. So I personally will be talking about a number of things that has had an impact on me personally, and that's what I'll be talking to you about. So I'm very, very excited, sir.
Did you meet ARR at you met him in Australia or
I have met him a number of times, sir. So
okay.
I have traveled to various countries to see his concert, and I have met him a number of times. Yeah.
Tell me about your first meeting with him.
Oh wow. Okay, my first ever meeting was in person was in 2017, sir. Yeah, and so of course he had come here to Australia for the concert. So he had finished New Zealand and then came to Australia. So he finished so Melbourne and then Sydney. So I was there right in the front row. Enjoyed the concert. Tried very hard, but I couldn't meet him. So.
Okay.
And then I did not want to give up. So I decided I'm going to travel to India. So that here he performed in December in Delhi, and I made a trip to India. So yeah, I got to meet him personally there, and he was surprised that I traveled all the way from Australia just to come and meet him. And so that was my first ever meeting with him. And we met in the lobby of the hotel. And so we spoke for like 10 minutes or something, and he was more surprised that someone was traveling all the way from Australia to just come and see his concert, and he was very touched. So that was my first ever meeting, and so that's where it started.
I had come to Sydney with him long back. Were you there?
2010, sir, Parameta concert.
I think so, yes.
I was there right in the front row, for sure.
Yes.
I've been to almost all his concerts, sir. So
You must have seen me as well.
for sure, sir. Yeah, for sure. And I think quite some time back, even before that, he had performed probably in 2003, 2005. I could be wrong. That probably was in Melbourne, I think. But yeah, that was also another one. I couldn't make it for that one. No.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been a magical journey, sir. And I was there even last year for his concert in Trichy, February 2020.
Oh,
Yeah, so it was just great. Sir gave me about 15 minutes to talk to him, and it was just magical.
that's great.
So I've traveled
more-
like about 15 times so far, 15, 16 times so far, sir.
The more you get in touch with him, the more you become close with him, you like him better. That's his personality, like that. The magnetic personality he has, no?
Yeah, indeed. Indeed.
The genuineness.
Correct.
It's a very down to earth attitude.
Yeah.
All this makes us, love him more and more. That's what I felt.
Right.
All these years, I've been in touch with him since 91 or so.
Yes.
Still, we have that mutual respect.
For sure.
Whenever I send a mail to him, the next moment he replies. That's a kind of mutual respect.
Indeed. Indeed, sir. So I can't wait to deep dive into so many of the aspects. Sir, 30 years of magical journey. How does it feel, sir? It's incredible journey. First of all,
Looking back,
congratulations.
all those years, I still feel it's all a dream.
Wow.
Yes, it's like a dream now. Have I sung so many songs for him? அது மாதிரி ஒரு feeling எப்பவுமே.
Yeah.
Because I have sung around, actually I've sung around 17, 18 songs in Tamil itself. And all these songs, most of the songs were sung in Telugu also.
Yes.
And Roja, I have sung 2 songs in Malayalam. So altogether I have sung around 26 songs for him.
Wow.
So I just can't believe that I have done so much, I still can't believe.
Do you have a count of the total number of songs that you have sung, all the languages put together, sir? Not just ARR, everyone else's.
That maybe around more than 3,000 songs in films as well.
Wow.
I mean, films.
Yeah.
And also we have done lots of devotionals.
Yeah, of course.
And albums. Altogether, maybe 5,000.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing, sir. And
I entered the field around 1981 was my entry into music industry.
30 years.
Since then I sang, yes.
Wow, beautiful, sir. So amazing. And you look super
Not
fit.
30. I entered in 81, so it becomes 40 years now. This year it's 40 years.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah. Phew. That is true. And you're looking super fit, sir. And you're looking after yourself and looks like age is just a number, quite obviously.
I'm a very disciplined guy.
Right.
I sleep early. I get up early. Things like that,
Wow. And has it been like this all the time, sir?
Yes. I've been like this all the time.
That
I've been
obviously.
very disciplined. Because my father was like that. He was a police officer. He retired as a DSP in the police.
Yeah.
So he followed a very, very healthy routine all throughout his life. So the sons also are like that.
So you're talking about a very disciplined routine, being a police officer's son, and so I'm just curious, what's a day in your life like, sir, right now?
It starts around 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
I go for a walk. I do yoga.
Beautiful.
It goes up to 8, maybe 8 or 8:30 till, and then have my breakfast. And after the breakfast, suppose there's a recording or something, we'll go out and have it, or I'll be practicing for 1 hour or 2 hours, like.
Yeah.
And again, maybe around 1:30, I have my lunch, watch some movies or something. And evening also, I do some riyas for 1 hour or 1 or 2 hours.
Right.
If there's a recording, we'll go out and have the recordings. Yeah.
So it's always been like early to bed and early riser.
I sleep off around 10:30. I keep my phone by 8 or 8:30. I keep off my phone.
Yeah.
No, I've been following that routine for very long, so it's
Right.
not a difficult thing for me.
I'm just curious now, sir.
Yeah.
Of course, 26 songs with sir, and we both know almost all the recordings would have happened in the night.
90%, yes.
So how did it? You had to shift your routine then.
Yes. I found it very, very tough because I used to sleep off by 10, as I told you, So the very first recording by AR was itself around 12 o'clock in the night. He called me around 10:30 in the night.
Yeah.
So and said that I am so and so, and we have met for some recordings, but then we are not spoken so far.
Understand. Okay.
I'm doing a movie now. I would like to have your voice for this particular song. And he didn't say which movie and which banner, nothing. No. Then I went there and I said, it's my pleasure to sing. I was singing lots of Malayalam songs those days.
Yeah.
And I had a break in between. So this was the turning point in my life, in fact, after that.
Wow.
This song, Puduvellai Malai,
Correct.
he called me for the recording, and I was surprised to see Sujata also there. And also all the...
So you had obviously known her before that.
Yeah, Sujata and I were very close friends very
Right.
long back.
Yeah.
So, and when I went for the recording, all the big wigs there, Maniratnam was there, Vairamuthu sir were there, and it was produced by a big banner.
Yeah.
So all these things I knew only when I reached there.
Yes.
I thought it's some movie, some small movie, and he said, "My name is Dilip Kumar." Then
Correct.
And I have seen him for lots of my recordings in Malayalam recordings. He used to play keyboards.
Yeah.
But he never used to talk to us. He was very silent. He just gives a smile and keep off. So I never knew more about him till I went to his studio one of those days for another music director's recording, Avse Pachan's.
Yeah.
Rahman did the programming for those recordings.
Yeah.
So that was when Rahman noted my voice,
Yeah.
And he said, I would like to use your voices for this particular song. So I was surprised. Where did, then I realized that, I had been to his small studio and sang those songs, Malayalam songs.
Yeah.
And Puduvellai Malai was recorded. It was recorded in a very skeleton track, And what happened was after the recording, I forgot about it. And my brother-in-law who came from UK those days, he said that he calls me Unnimenon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he said that, there's some guy who's come and banged the music scene now. You should listen to him, he said. Then I asked him who. He's called A.R.Rahman, and you can listen to your voice through his music. He was surprised, all these days, Indian songs, Indian music was not heard overseas. But then this album has rocked all the UK and US and all the places.
Yeah.
Then I was listening to my own song in his car, and I was really, chilled to hear that. I really couldn't believe that I sung that song.
This was how long after you recorded, sir?
Maybe after 1 year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. It was recorded, I think it was recorded in 91 last or 92 beginning or so. And I was really surprised to, and, really thrilled to hear my voice through that, car stereo.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't get over it. So such was the feeling.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
So actually, I have a couple of things to tell you relating to this song. So, with this I Love ARR journey, hundreds of Sir's fans connected with me, and after they wanted to be part of this journey and everything. So that all aside, almost 9 out of 10 people have said that their first ever ARR introduction, or the ARR world, is Puduvellai Malai.
Yes.
And that's including myself too. I still remember I was in my school, and then I remember one of my friends came up to me and said, "You should listen to this music." And he said it's by A.R.Rahman, and I had no clue then. And the first song he played for me was Puduvellai Malai, and then I was so glued to it. And it still feels fresh, sir, even today if I listen to it. That's the quality of the recording that's been done right back then, and the magic that song has created.
Yes, even after 30 years, you are saying that it's sounding fresh. So just imagine his vision. He always thinks ahead. I always felt that he's always 10 or 15 years ahead of all the other musicians. Yes, I felt that, and it's true also as well.
It is.
And even after 30 years, we can feel that it's so updated, It was done 30 years back and it's still so updated.
Yeah.
If you can listen to the song now.
Right.
You can never say that it was recorded 30 years.
For sure.
So imagine the kind of techno he was.
Indeed.
Yes.
Sir, Sorry, I was going to say, no, please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So the technology and music together, he made, you know, unbelievable impact those
Indeed.
days, and even now it continues.
Correct, indeed. Sir, and obviously, when you went to record for the first time ever, did you have a certain perception when you went in there? Because this is a brand new guy in the music scene, and you obviously have done a lot more work even prior to meeting him, and you're going to record to a newbie then. Did you have a certain perception, and then were you amazed with the way it was done right for that song?
What all I knew was he was the son of a great music director.
Right.
His father was R.K. Shekhar. No?
Correct.
He was one of the busiest of all those days. I mean, long back. He was working for all the leading music directors in Malayalam and Tamil as well. All I knew was he is the son of so and so.
Right.
I never knew that he's going to be such a revolution in the coming days. I never knew that, and I didn't know that he is so good in technology.
Yeah.
He's so good in sound. He's so good in. I knew that he's so good in keyboards.
Yeah.
I never knew that he's so good in the sound department.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I had no idea. I just went there, to sing for a new music director. That's all.
Right.
I never knew that it's going to be such a big thing.
Of course.
Yes.
And now I want to come back to my original point there, sir, is of course, you being a morning person and then having to go and record. How did you cope up with that, sir? The thing is, I mean, of course, all the recordings have been done in the night, and then not just 12 a.m. I'm sure it must have been much later as well for you for some of the songs. I take it.
It was really, really tough. When I think about it, when I look back, I still wonder how I did it. Because that's the time we sleep so deep. We go into such a deep sleep those times.
Yeah.
So I was wondering how to sing in the night. So by 12 o'clock we started the Roja recording, and we finished around 2 o'clock or 2:30 in the morning. Came back and he called me for so many other recordings, all were in the night. And only for the dubbing portions, he used to keep Murthy for the as a supervisor.
Yeah.
So those songs, the dubbed versions and all were done in the daytime.
Okay.
I found it very tough. I in fact told him several times. I found it very difficult to sing in the night. No, try this. This will be very good, he said. I've been to the studio so many times with no voice at all.
Oh.
I had a mind block that we can't sing in the night, but he proved it wrong. He said, "You sound excellent in the night. In fact, you sound better in the night," he said.
Yeah.
Then what do I say? Then I admitted that you have to take this way.
Would you warm up a little bit and then go, if you had to go for a recording?
I warm up and go. Yes.
Right.
But still, I found it very tough. But then, even when I went there without any voice, completely muffled voice, he was so positive that no, we'll take it. Don't worry. Then before the take, he'll go to his prayer room, do a prayer, and come back. Don't worry, everything will be all right.
Wow.
And we get that energy and we sing.
Wow, beautiful.
And it's amazing. After that, I used to wonder. I went to the studio with a muffled voice. How come it's sounding so good? It's unbelievable.
Any song in particular where you actually went with a muffled voice and it turned out to be magical after the release, sir?
I still remember that. Yes. And there was another song. One more song that day I sang. 2 songs together I sang.
Dandiya?
No, Dandiya was taken another day.
Okay.
And I told him my voice is completely muffled. I don't think I'll be able to sing. No, we'll try. He used to be so positive, He never allows you to upset your mood.
Yeah.
So he tries to take the best out of you in the night.
Right.
And he does that. In fact, I was about to sing a third song that day.
Oh.
I still remember if it's right. Sandana Tendral. He taught
Oh,
me the song. I went to the voice room to record it. Then Rajiv Menon came and said that he has sung already 2 songs now. So I don't think it's advisable to make him sing that. Something he said, and I couldn't sing that.
yeah.
And Shankar sang that song, and he got the national award for that song. In fact,
Oh.
I missed that song, and also he called me. I think for Pachai Nirame, he had called me, but then I was in US those days.
Oh,
I
okay.
missed that song as well. And he also asked me to sing the Dandiya Hindi version. But I was not very prepared for a Hindi this thing. He said, try it, we'll see. I said, no, not now. Let me, get equipped with Hindi, then I'll sing. So he has tried my voice for several things. In fact, I sang a Sufi song for him, Urdu.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes. That was a beautiful song, like a Rafi Sab song. It was sounding so beautiful. I couldn't get a copy of it. I asked him, but then I said, no, I won't give you copies.
Right.
That's a beautiful song. Yes.
Beautiful.
You must
And
be familiar with all the songs I sang for, is it?
sorry, sir?
You must be familiar with all the songs.
I am familiar with all the songs, sir. Yes.
Okay.
And songs, there are many songs where it goes in an infinite loop for me. So I'll pick a few songs for you, sir. And
Which one is your selection of the best songs I sang for Rahman? In fact,
well, I mean,
all the songs we can.
all the songs, yes, all the songs. I'll pick a few where it has had a big impact. And since you mentioned about Rajiv Menon, Mana Madurai, right?
Yeah.
And that is magical. And I don't know if you have had a chance to watch Rajiv Menon's podcast, sir. And we went crazy with this song in that podcast. So I had 2 other fans I had invited in that podcast, and he got everyone to sing that song, and he got me to sing the part where you come into the mix, where Mettu Chalaile, that part.
Chitra, myself, and Srini has sung that.
Yeah.
And Chitra got the national award for that. I got the Tamil Nadu state award for that.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, really unbelievable.
So was that recording, any recording memories of that particular song, sir?
Yeah, I still remember I sang it around 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning. That's what I remember. And he was the only guy who was there.
Okay.
He was recording it. He was recording it himself. He taught me the songs, and he recorded it himself. The moment the recording is over, he disappears. That's what I remember.
Right.
3:30 or 4 in the morning, he just goes there and sleeps off, I think.
Oh, wow.
Always come back after the recording around 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, wow. And the other song, of course, Mr. Romeo, Mellisaye. Sir, this song is crazy, sir.
It's something very unusual. The tune and the orchestration, everything is so unusual. And also the picturization also was very unusual.
Yeah.
That song and all, if you sing that on stage, still can create lots of impact. In fact, 2 years back, we were in Malaysia, and we did that song live.
Oh, wow.
It was unbelievable response from the audience.
So this is one of the classics, sir. This particular song, I can listen to it for days together. I'm not joking. And even the way you come into this song itself is like magic, sir.
Something his convictions are very strong. I used to wonder, even before Roja, I have heard him. I have heard his music.
Yeah.
He used to do albums for Magnasound those days.
Correct.
So I used to wonder, what kind of music is this guy doing? It was something very, very unusual. And the Magnasound people, they were saying that this guy is going to rock the music scene those days. So he had a strong conviction that his kind of music is going to in a big way, like
for sure.
And also, not only music, I love him for not only for his music, his his personality.
Personality beyond music. Yeah.
So grounded. He's so grounded. He never gets excited for anything. No, even after getting 2 Oscars at a time, he never got excited.
Correct.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's a kind of personality. And yeah, I am much elder to him, but still, I have lots of respect for him, lots of regards for him. And I have learned lots of things from him.
Wow.
Yes.
Beautiful, sir.
So the music, along with his character, makes it so very loving.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. The harmony of his character and the music is so perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what.
Indeed.
That's what makes him so beautiful.
For sure. I totally agree, sir. And I still want to touch on this song, Mellisay again. And then the part, of course, where you come in, Kannai Konjam Tiranden. Was there a specific briefing that AR sir had given you for this, sir? Because this particular part, when you jump into the song with that part, it's absolutely magical. And I have gone back, rewound that again and again, just experience the way you come into this track. It is so addictive.
So for each and every song he used to be there.
Yeah.
He explains the feel of the song. He pinpoints the feel of the song. So he knows what to extract from you. How to extract it from you. How to extract the best from you. So when he is there, it's easy to you can make out what exactly he wants.
Right.
So that's the way you enter and create something which will really go into the hearts of people.
Yeah.
Yes. And he explains the feels for each and every song. ഏതാவது ചില വിഷയങ്ങൾ പാടാൻ ഇത് വേണ്ട
Oh, right.
No, I want this particularly. That's what he says.
Amazing.
Yes.
So, and just out of curiosity again, how do you emote that feeling, sir, while singing? Like, how do you get into that? Like, take this song for example.
Yes, I am sure every singer will have an actor in.
Right.
Yes, every singer have to imagine that you are the hero.
Right.
You are going to be on screen. You are going to sing the song. That kind of feeling gives you all the feelings which you can. So how you emote on screen, you have to imagine, visualize it, and sing. Then naturally you'll get all the feelings. And of course, you should understand the lyrics as well. It's important to understand the lyrics. And I can write and read Tamil. That's a great advantage. And that's how lots of people, including Kavinyar Vairamuthu, has said that your Tamil is too good. You pronounce your diction of Tamil is too good. So that is a real advantage for me.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And what's the other bit that I wanted to ask? Of course, you've gone in there, you've recorded, and do you actually get to hear the version while it's still being produced, or you will have to wait until the track releases out there in the market? Is it, sir?
Yes, the final product, the final output can be heard only after the release.
Right.
I told you about the Roja song.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law had to come from UK for me to listen to that.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know that it was released, and so I couldn't go to the shop and get a cassette out of it. So I heard it first from my brother-in-law's stereo, and he was, real goosebumps. When I say that itself, I am getting goosebumps. After
Yeah. And have you had any like after the audio release and you heard the song, have you had a conversation with AR sir then in terms of that particular song, in terms of how he has produced it after he has recorded your voice?
I did interact with him when I went for the next song, that is Kannukamayagu and Netri Illada Maatram and all.
Correct.
But then he somehow avoids talking about his previous project. So I once asked him, how do you feel? And no, I don't think about my previous project. I think about
Wow.
my present project only. I don't think about my previous success or whatever.
Oof.
See, I've sung around 26 or 27 songs.
Correct.
I haven't spoken to him 26 sentences so far.
Wow. It's
He's a
unreal,
man of
sir.
few words, as you know. No?
Correct. And sir, since you touched on it, my one of my super favorite albums, Pudhiya Mugam,
Yes.
Kannukku Mai Azhagu, and then Netru Illada Maatram. Sir, surely you should have memories for this. Did you know it? A track like this, or any of the songs for that matter that you've sung, is going to be a classic years later, sir?
Never. We don't think about that at all. At the recording station, we think only about the song. The song, how can you how can you make it sound better? How can you sing better? How can you visualize and sing it better? These are the things which goes into your mind when you sing. We never think that this is going to be a hit or this is not being noticed. அது மாதிரி எல்லாம் யோசிக்கிறதே இல்லை.
Sir,
We
but
always
sorry to interrupt though. I'm very sorry to interrupt. But while you're there and we are about to record, don't you have this gut feeling saying, oh, this track is doing something magical and this is going to create something? You don't think like that, or it doesn't happen?
No, I have never thought about it so far.
Right.
But when I sang Poongaatrile and Ennavile Azhage,
Yeah.
I had a gut feeling that this is going to be a real good song for me. This will get me a lots of mileage. Ennavile Azhage and
For sure.
Poongaatrile. Yes.
For sure.
There was something special in those songs.
Right. And sir, I'm sorry I digress slightly, but I'm coming back to Pudhiya Mugam again. Any memories of those true tracks, sir, that comes to your mind?
I still remember that Kavinyar Vairamuthu was there while recording it. And he was also sitting through the recording and he was explaining the lyrics and all that. But the lyrics were very simple, but then it's so important to be, pronounced so beautifully.
Yeah.
So he was explaining the importance of, the diction and the things like that.
Yeah.
I was very happy after the recording. He congratulated me, like saying, even by being a Malayali, he could pronounce it so well. And I'm so happy about the result. But Rahman hardly comes out with anything, he normally don't say anything about the outcome.
Right.
It just disappears.
Yeah. And
so sweet.
for sure. And sir, of course, I moving away slightly from the songs, I just want to, I know you've had only 26 sentences or something in terms of the interactions. I'm sure you and I both know sir has a very wicked sense of humor and he is very spontaneous. He creates those moments. Anything that comes to your mind, sir, I'm always curious to know these moments.
Yeah, lots of things are there, but then I've forgotten. Now it's long since I met him now.
Yeah.
So I don't exactly remember, but when the recording session is going on, he giggles and says something, sometimes he'll say, yeah, it sounds so good. Come on, repeat that. It sounds like Bryan Adams now. Come on, keep it up. Things like that, He gets excited for such things, And
Right.
so he comes out with the very odd things, and it really makes you feel so good.
Yeah.
You feel so comfortable to sing for him. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
I felt.
Yeah.
So very comfortable. You sing as if you are singing at home.
Oh,
You practice at home. That feeling he gives. He
Right.
makes you so comfortable to sing in his studio.
Right.
That's the most important thing I have felt.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Amazing, sir. And I'm guessing you would have probably seen him light the candle for.
Yes. For each take, before the take, he goes there and lights the candle, prays, and then he comes and he gives that positivity to us. We get that energy to sing.
Right.
That's very true. That's 100% true.
Yeah. And has there been moments where you finished a recording and you had a chai or a coffee or breakfast with him? Has that happened?
No, not really.
Okay.
Not, no. I have seen lots of great directors and lyrics writers
Mm.
all waiting for him early in the morning at his. I've seen
Yeah.
lots of people. In fact, I've seen Bonnie Kapoor
Yeah.
and all the big wigs from the Hindi
Yeah.
industry
Yeah.
waiting for him. Yes.
Wow. Yeah. And sir, also one of your other songs from Kangalal Kaidisai. Do you remember it, sir? Ennuir Tholiye. Sir, this
என்னுயிர்
is
தோழி என்னுயிர் தோழியே la 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 la. That's a beautiful song, piano song.
sir, this is like a drug for me, sir. This particular song. I
Yes.
can listen to this for an entire week without a break.
You have heard the dubbed versions of all these songs? Have you heard all the dubbed
I
versions?
usually stick with original, sir. That's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have sang the Telugu version of all these. Most of the songs which I sang in Tamil is dubbed to Telugu as well.
Yeah.
And Roja, I have sung the Malayalam version,
Yeah.
two songs. One is Puduvellai Malai
Correct.
and also Rukmani Rukmani in Malayalam. I have
Oh,
sung.
wow. Okay. Wow.
And
And
also one song in Daud, which is originally sung by Yeshudas and
correct. Oh, Bavre.
Asha Bhonsle.
Yes.
That in Telugu, myself and Sujata sang.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
So all of the songs when I hear now, it sounds so good. Unbelievable impact it's created. Like.
Mm. Mm. Of course, you have sung in Telugu as well. So, did you know Telugu, sir, or did you manage to pick it up during
I
the?
hardly know Telugu now, but I have sang lots of songs in Telugu. Not only AR songs, but also other music directors' songs.
How do you prepare for something like that, sir? Like to get the diction right and.
We have an advantage in Malayalam. We have lots of advantage because the Malayalam pronunciation is supposed to be the worst. It's very tough. It's very tough to pronounce Malayalam for other language singers, So
Yeah.
I have an advantage of knowing Malayalam. I know the script of Malayalam and Sanskrit as well.
Yeah.
So we don't have any difficulty pronouncing Telugu or Kannadam. So I have sung Telugu songs, I have sung Kannadam songs, I have sung Oriya songs.
Wow. Okay.
So it's not very tough for us.
Right. Right. And sir, I have to touch on Kadlar Dinam.
Yeah.
Yenna Vilai Alage and of course Dandiya. Surely you should have some memories of this, sir.
Yes. I told you that it was recorded as usual in the night.
Yeah.
And I went to the studio with no voice at all. Nil voice, I would say. And I was wondering how to sing today. Because I knew that I won't be able to produce my best those songs. But I sang 2 songs and all the 2 songs were hit.
Of course.
Hit.
Of course.
And it's not because of me alone. It's a creation. It's the lyrics. It's the best, one of the best lyrics. And of course, the sounding, his composition, everything. He knows what to give for a singer. He knows, இப்போ இந்த சிங்கர் இந்த பாட்டு பாடினா நல்லா இருக்கும் அப்படி தெரிஞ்சுதான் ஒவ்வொரு சிங்கருக்கும் கொடுக்கறது ஸோ he gets the best ஒரு வாய்ஸ்ல இந்த வாய்ஸ்ல இந்த பாட்டு நல்லா இருக்கும் அதான் அந்த கன்விக்ஷன் தான் and that conviction comes out to be really true.
For sure. And there's this song from Rhythm, and you know what I'm talking about, Nadiye. Sir, what a drug it is, sir. This is a sensational song. And still remember, I think last week when we have this I Love ARR community, all the Sirs fans have come together and we have this community. And I said to them that Unnimenon sir is coming on the podcast. And the first thing everyone said, Nadiye.
I'll sing 2 lines of it.
For sure, sir.
Okay. Dim tanana dim tanana dim tanana dim tanana dim tanana dim tanana dirana dim tanana dim tanana dim tanana dim tanana dim tanana dim tanana dirana நதியே நதியே காதல் நதியே நீயும் பெண்தானே, அடி நீயும் பெண்தானே. ஒன்றா இரண்டா காரணம் 100 கேட்டால் சொல்வேனே, நீ கேட்டால் சொல்வேனே. தீம் தனன தீம் தனன தீம் தனன தீம் தனன தீம் தனன தீம் தனன திரனா, தீம் தனன தீம் தனன தீம் தனன தீம் தனன தீம் தனன தீம் தனன திரனா, தீம் தனன தீம் தனன திரனா, தீம் தனன தீம் தனன திரனா.
Love it, sir. Love it. It's just magical, sir. Super magical. Thank you so much for that. Sir, one more song. Karuthamma Lendu. Porale Punnathai.
That's one of my favorite, most favorite, I would say.
Really?
I have to first dedicate that song to our Swarnalatha.
Wow, yeah.
He won the national award for the best playback singer.
Yeah, yeah.
That the pathos version of Porale Punnathai. And this version was sung by myself and Sujata. And I still love that song because even after all these years, I used to play that song and listen to in the headphones. It's sounding so good, so chill to hear that even now.
Beautiful.
Yes, the lyrics as well as the composition, and he has created lots of magic in that song. When I sang that, I didn't know that it's going to be sounding so beautiful. But when it came out, I couldn't believe my ears. Porale Punnathai pogara bokkil manase thottu paravai. Once again. Porale Punnathai pogara bokkil manase thottu தரைபாக்கும் கருத போல வெட்கப்பட்டு. போராளி பொண்ணு தாய் போகிற போக்கில மனச தொட்டு தரைபாக்கும் கருத போல வெட்கப்பட்டு. வெள்ளாம நீதா வெள்ளாடு நான்தா வெட்கத்தை விட்டு தள்ளம்மா. வெள்ளாம காட்ட விட்டு தர மாட்டா பண்பாடு கட்டி காக்கும் பட்டி காட்டு கருத்தம்மா. போராளி பொண்ணு தாய் போகிற போக்கில மனச தொட்டு தரைபாக்கும் கருத போல வெட்கப்பட்டு. போராளி பொண்ணு தாய் போகிற போக்கில தட்டு தரைபாக்கும் கருத போல வெட்கப்பட்டு.
Beautiful, sir. Beautiful. I love it. Sir, and I'm sure you would have seen on the Vande Mataram album, the Gurus of Peace was based on this. Yes. So how did you feel about it, sir? Obviously...
We used it in lots of platforms. In fact, one of the greatest singers of Hindustani music sang this song, Porale Punnathai, in the Urdu and Hindi version. You know that, no?
Yeah.
Ustad, what was his name? He sang that song.
Right.
You must have heard it. The Pakistani singer. Rahman is a great fan of...
Nusrat Dana, sir. Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, right? Yes. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the one that I was talking about. Yes. Yeah, I was thinking, was it anything different than that I have not heard? I'm aware of all the tracks.
I heard that. No, I was stunned. I heard it so many times.
Yeah.
I was playing it so many times and listening to it. Oh,
yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Beautiful. And solunga sir.
What all creations he has done. So many varieties,
For sure. And sir, and this is completely random. I just feel like asking this. Yourself and of course Sujata ji as well. You've sung most of the greatest songs for ARR sir. And do you always have, of course, you're close friends with Sujata ji as well, as we both know. And then what kind of chats that you have over a coffee with Sujata? Hey, see, I sang this song, Porale Punnathai, and then you have a banter like this at all because you both are close friends and having sung some of the greatest songs for ARR?
our common topic is always ARR. You would say
Love
that
it.
you are the greatest fan of ARR, but no, I won't admit. We are.
Sir, I think you should Google, sir.
What you are known as ARR fan, but then we are not known as fans, but we are the greatest fans of ARR. Even after singing so many songs, we don't see him as a music composer. We see him as a very divine person. Yes,
True.
very spiritual, very divine. Such a golden-hearted human being.
Yeah.
Yes. Sujata and myself consider AR as a god only,
True.
who has given us so much of life, so much of turning point in our life. So we can never admit that you are the greatest fan. I think we'll have to fight for that.
Too many competitors, sir. Still remember Sujata ji saying in the podcast that, of course, she said in her own way, saying Rahman is a God's baby.
Yes, no doubt about it, because he's got something divine in him.
For sure.
There's no doubt about it.
For sure.
Even after achieving this much of height, he's so very well grounded.
Yeah.
Even if I send a mail, he responds immediately.
Yeah.
You don't have to, but then he does.
Correct.
That's very important.
Correct.
Yes.
Sir.
That's why I told you, that his music and his character has got so much of harmony. That's why we love him so much.
And again, having worked with him and with your magical voice, and as Sir himself very clearly said, your voice has enhanced his songs. We only have to say thank you to you, sir, because as I said, so many of your songs, so many of Sujata ji's songs as well, they're all like drugs for me. And I can be so productive listening to these songs and do my work and be so positive in life. It has had such a big impact. I'm talking just not about myself, but I'm talking about their entire fan base, and they're absolutely loving it, no doubt. And thanks to you, sir, for being part of this amazing journey called ARR, and creating so many magical gems which we are enjoying being listeners on the other end, and it's helping us heal, not just through the current times but all our lives. So yeah, it's just amazing, sir.
Talking about Sujata and myself, Sujata, once we were going for some concert somewhere, and Sujata was telling me that ARR told her it's Unni's voice is on screen. His voice is it's so very amazing. I like his voice so much. Sujata told me, Rahman never told me that. So I was so very happy about it. He says that on screen my voice sounds so very good.
Yeah.
Sujata was saying that.
Beautiful.
So things we talk,
For sure. And sir, there are two other songs I have to touch on, because otherwise I'll get killed in the community. Huh? Pungatrile, that's where I was going. Solunga sir about this song, this magic for me.
I've done so many songs for him, but this stands out. This Pungatrile song stands out. Even I've done lots of abroad shows where I had to sing this song 2 or 3 times on a concert. So that's the kind of impact this song, especially in Sri Lanka area.
Yeah.
Those people are, they go deep into the lyrics. So they like the lyrics so much, means they love you so much for the lyrics which you have projected so well.
Wow.
So I don't know how to thank Rahman for giving me all these songs, because each and every song I sang for Rahman has reached millions, and they love me for that. It's not because even somebody else, if he had sung my song, all these songs, they would have loved it.
I disagree, sir. This has to be only you. It couldn't have been possible.
Even I think ARR can make you sing a song and make it as such a super hit. It's the creation. It's the creation and the thought that this this will sound good in his voice. The thought.
Correct.
That's the most important thing.
Correct.
Anybody
sure.
in my place would have created that impact.
You're being very humble, sir.
So I was the chosen one for that song. And, I could sing those beautiful songs those days and be with the millions of music lovers like you. So that's a great boon which AR has given us. Maybe it's a God-given. He was instrumental in doing that. Yes.
Yeah. And there's also one more song. I don't know if you remember, sir. Sandipoma, Yanak 18, Unak 20. This is a sensational song. Especially when your part comes in, it's like, I'm sure there must have been some specific briefing for this song, sir.
Yes, definitely yes. Yes. The entry part, he always tells us, you're entering this groove.
Yeah.
So be very specific about it. The feel has to be like this. So he always specifies that. Yes.
Right. Yeah. And this is one of my favorites, sir. And look at it, sir. Etna varsham aachu and the song composed panni. It still rocks.
The quality, the recording quality takes you somewhere.
And the voice.
Yes.
So, sir, and we have touched on a number of aspects. Your journey, the memories, and
You like the song Kaadal Kadidam?
we probably didn't touch on that. That's what I was actually going to ask, sir.
Kaadal Kadidam take away with S. Janagi.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Mellise we have touched. Dimtanana, Porale Punnatai,
Yes.
Ookalala.
And Veerapandiya Kotaile, Tirida.
Veerapandiya have sung only very few lines, but then
Still it created the impact, sir.
yes, Tirida is one of the best albums Rahman has ever produced.
Till date.
So I'm so glad that I am also a part of it.
For sure. Because
Mano and myself have sung that song in lots of concerts.
yeah,
That's a spectacular song.
it is. It is
When
indeed.
I listened to that the first time, I was really stunned. What all he has done in that song. Not only that song, all the songs in that.
For sure. I agree.
Tirida is one classic.
Indeed.
Yes.
And I'm sure you must have heard about this music director called Amit Trivedi. He took up his music career after this album. And this was the inspiration. He had come on the podcast as well. And he went deep dive into this particular album because it changed his life for him. And as a fun fact, sir, something that you should know is we as fans, we are very passionate about getting gadgets, headphones and everything. When we buy any new headphones, this is the album we play to check what the sound is like. And Veerapandiya Kotaile is one of those tracks.
Yes, you said it.
And interestingly enough, sir, last year AR sir had come on the podcast. Unu release avladu. And 2 days before he came, I was out in the car, went for a drive, and then I was listening to Trida. Takkana, I just heard a brand new sound nadla. And then during the podcast, sir gitta sonna, sir, in the mari aach sir, 2 naal minadi na poyed in the car la, and I heard a new sound and after how long? And he just smiled. And he said, yeah, we add layers and it grows over time. And he had his own way of explaining.
You don't know what all magic he'll do on these tracks. So when I told you about this Santana Tendril, when I was saying that he was doing that he was doing on, while he was talking to me and he was doing this also.
Oof.
So I was wondering, what is he doing? Song came out,
Sir, you go back and listen to your own songs? Just curious?
Yeah, I do, because all these songs are my favorites. No?
Yeah.
All these songs are my favorites. So I do listen to all these songs just to make sure that he is still relevant.
Of course.
Yeah, I have to make sure that I am still relevant. I sing lots of songs in Malayalam even now. And I'll send you 2-3 songs of mine.
Please do, sir.
It's becoming super hits now.
Sure.
So to make sure that you are still relevant and your voice should be kept anytime ready to sing.
Wow.
I keep myself always equipped with that.
Wow.
Hope you like my voice.
And age is just a number, sir.
You shouldn't think about your age at all. What
Yeah,
you should think about is to keep yourself healthy. That's all.
right.
You should never think about your age. If you think about your age and if you think that you're old, that's it. That's the end of your career.
Wow. Very true. Very true.
Whether you sing, whether you have opportunities or not is not a question. You should keep on singing.
Right. Amazing, sir. This is a great piece of advice. I was actually going to ask you what would be the advice for aspiring musicians, and you've already done it. Amazing,
Now,
sir.
I think all the present day musicians are coming well equipped.
Mm,
They're coming equipped with not only music, but with sound technology as well. And also, they come out with lots of innovations in
mm,
singing
mm,
as well as playing instruments.
mm.
So I don't think they need any advice. Only thing I would say is like ARR, be grounded always.
Right. Right.
Yes.
That is true.
Never get it onto your head.
Golden words, sir, for sure. So, sir, coming towards the end of the podcast, it's been a magical ride for me, especially this podcast, because it's going to be one of my favorites. I'll be watching it again and again after I release it. And I know for the fact that 26 songs, probably 26 sentences with AR, sir. And so, with that said, sir, in this podcast, this journey is very special. And if you would like to share a message for Sir via this podcast, and I will ensure that he sees it. And if there's anything that you would like to share, that will be great, sir. And then you can always tell him that you did the podcast with the greatest fan. You can always tell him. I'm just joking. Or you can always tell him that I'm the nicest guy. I'm just joking, sir. But feel free, sir. Message for Sir via this podcast.
Now I have to say that I love ARR, I love Chandan.
I'm just joking, sir.
I feel you're very genuine and, out of love for ARR, you're doing this. And we feel very comfortable and we feel nice to talk to you
Thank you, sir.
about it. So whenever we talk about ARR, we have lots of things to say about him. And you know something, we can't talk anything about him in front of him. No,
Right.
don't talk about me. Don't talk about me. Nothing like that. He's such a cute guy.
Yeah.
So only when he's absent, we can talk about him. You know that, no?
Yeah, for sure. Yes, yes.
Even on stage concerts and all, when the compass talk about him, no, we'll go for the next song.
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of he never likes praising and things like that. Such a fine human being. I have not found a better human being than him. What more can you explain him?
True.
I haven't found. Throughout my career, I haven't found a better human being than him.
Yeah,
That's the kind of impact he has created with his genuine character.
for sure.
Yeah. So we can't give any message to him because he's much above all that. He knows what is best in life. He knows music, of course, he knows everything. But then, what more can you tell him? I can only say that he has to take care of his health. Maybe in his busy schedule, he might forget about his health and throughout late nights and things like that. But it's better always to take care of one's health. Only if you have a good health, you will have a good state of mind. You can produce the best out of you. So it's always better to, take care of one's health.
Goosebumps, sir, while you're speaking. Oh my God. I'm sure it is going to come true very
Because
soon.
it's so divine. It's so divine to sing for him.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, for sure.
We hardly see him. And only on channels and such podcasts we see him. but it's very difficult to meet him in person, as you know, because all the songs I sang has reached millions and millions of people, and still people remember us for those songs.
Correct.
So I can't forget that those moments.
You'll always be remembered, sir.
Yeah.
And always be grateful for all the work that you have done and
And
for giving us the.
there's not even one day I don't think about him.
Wow.
Not even a single day. I'm always grateful to him. Not only me, my family, everybody loves him so much.
Great, sir.
Not only for the songs, but for his character as well.
Correct. Correct. Amazing, sir. I'm so touched. Sir, please allow me to do this. After this podcast, please share your address, and I want to send some goodies over to say thank you to you for your very precious time that you have given me. This podcast is going to smash all the other podcasts, I think, because I personally feel it's one of the magical podcasts. I can't wait for all your fans and Sir's fans to watch it. And it's magic for me. For me, these memories that I'm creating with your help and all the other colleagues of yours, it's like I'll be cherishing all these memories. And this journey may not happen again, sir, but I want to ensure that I've treasured it.
I really appreciate your patience, Chandar, because you have been approaching me for the past so many months and I couldn't oblige. I would like to take this opportunity to once again apologize for the
No,
delay I
sir.
got. This. But then I'm happy that finally it's happened, and I really enjoyed the session with you,
Thank
Chandar.
you, sir. Likewise, and it's magic for me. It's magic.
Really pleasant to be online with you,
Thank you,
and
sir.
it's nice to see that your pleasant face, with lots of positivity on your.
It's
Really
it's
enjoyed it.
just it's just a reflection, sir, because I'm sitting there with someone I've always adored and I still adore with your amazing songs, and it creates so much positivity for me even while I'm listening to it, and I'm actually speaking to that person, so it feels like a dream for me. So that's why you probably would have seen that right from the start till the end I've had ear to ear smile. So that's the positivity that you have created, sir, not me.
கவிதைக்கு பொய் அழகு கன்னத்தில் குழி அழகு கார்கூந்தல் பெண்ணழகு